I was actually, but what I was saying as far as the phony shit, you be in LA with execs and all these people in power.
Yeah.
If you know they're frauds and they're corny, how do you do that? And this is somebody who can help your career.
You know what? I've done everything in my power to not feel like I have to rely on anybody for my success anymore. So now when I enter relationships with people, I don't need them for what I want to do. Like the whole goal was build this so that we can have control of what we do with our careers and put stuff on a platform that doesn't have some sort of middleman that allows me to upload it or not, right? And now when I enter business with like people in entertainment, you know, Netflix or whatever it is, that relationship is very different. I've had the best time.
But is that a level thing?
It is a level thing, but we have to create it.
If you're a young comedian, that wouldn't be your
no. But what I would say is you got to do what I did. Like, depending on how you want to navigate the business. But like, one of the things I'm most proud of the Netflix special is like, we got to create the special we wanted to create. And the only reason that we're able to do that is because we built up so much equity. Netflix was down to allow me to create the special that we wanted to create.
Right.
If you're a brand new comic, they're not willing to roll the dice on that. But we built up that equity ourselves. We built up the following, we built up the interest, and we built up the show. So that's what I would tell anybody is like, stop, hoping that networks will be charitable. Create your own charity and then enter this business relationship. And those relationships are amazing. I can't say so far. I mean, we're, recording this before the special technically has dropped. So fingers crossed everything works out. But so far, I can't complain about a single thing from them. They've been incredibly supportive. Now, that's not going to be a young comic's first time on Netflix experience. Right. So I can't speak to that. But what I can speak to is building up enough power and equity where you can have that relationship with the people you do business with. So it's like, you're not being fake with me. You're just being supportive of me. But I also created some dope shit that you want to support.
And back. Yeah. I just see a lot of times, especially walking around, now that I'm in the content business, being with people who can help or hurt you, my energy changes. And I try to catch myself. You know what I mean? I try to like, don't do this because he can help you with this. Stay like walk in the room, be the same guy, but also know who this guy is and how he can help you and how he can benefit you. But don't switch because then you feel like, man, I really don't like this dude, but I know he can help me with this and he can help me with that. And then you
won't switch when you don't need them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you got to get to that point.
You got to get to that point.
You got to get there. And who's willing to get there? Like, I don't know if you're there. Are you there?
No, I'm not to the point where it's just like I could walk. But I'm to the point where it's like, if I don't like a project, I don't have to take it. If, whereas before agents would send me on these auditions, I'd be like, this sucks, but I'll take it. Now I might take it just to do the work. Yeah. But it's like, if I don't want to do it, I don't do it. I've told them, like, if it won't work with my podcast schedule, I'm not doing it. Like,
that's a great place to be in.
I remember I told my agent, he said, Jim Jeffries has an NBC show coming out. They want you to audition. And I was like, yeah, where does it film? And they were like, LA. I was like, I can't do it. And then he was like, yeah. And he was like, do you understand how much money is
so you're not nervous? You're not.
And I was just like, I understand. And I understand what I'm doing now is what I want to do. And it's maybe not the same money, but it's close enough that I'm good. And he just couldn't like.
Yeah, I think I would be too paranoid not to take it because I'm.
But you can't give up your thing. Like when it's yours, if it's comparable pay and it's what you want to do, I'm not doing some shit I don't want to do for comparable
just
pay.
For the check.
For what? If it's level up and if it works with this and that's what he's brilliant at is creating the leverage. I always say life is a leverage game. His leverage is always, look, you can come or go. I'm ascending no matter what. Right. And they see that. Everybody can say it. Yeah. With him, they can see it.
Yeah. My strategy is create the product, create the heat. And then if there is a deal to be done, let's do the deal. And then that deal looks a lot more like a partnership than it does like I'm working for somebody.
And that's important to you.
Well, because I get whatever I want out of the deal. Like even when we were negotiating this, we started the negotiation, but my feeling was I have to be able to continue to do whatever I do on the internet with complete and total freedom. You hear a lot of times like athletes or musicians talk about like these like slave contracts. Yeah. And I never understood what that was because I'm like, you making so much money. Why are you a slave? Like, It doesn't make any sense. But then I started to go, oh,
control.
You're a quote unquote slave because you don't have the freedom to do what you want with your life outside of that contract. So the most important thing for me was I need to be able to keep doing me.
Right.
And I realized the only way I could do that is if I gave finished products to these networks because If the product is finished and I'm already profiting off of it and things are great, they don't have as much leverage to offer me stuff. They can only offer me more eyeballs or more money.
Sure.
But if I already have eyeballs and money, you offering me more.
Right.
You can't take my freedom for a little more.
Yeah.
You know, if there was another league that LeBron could play for where he could make a little bit less money, but he had the freedom to do whatever he wants, the NBA don't have a lot of leverage.
So so would you call that the Chapelle? Is that Chapelle? Is that what he did?
I don't know. Wait, recently?
Well, I mean, you're talking about when you create your own content, you control everything.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something where I feel like everybody know Dave ignored the bag, he went to Africa, came back, and now he's a free thinker, he says whatever he wants, he's electric every time he opens his mouth now.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like a lot of times you don't, I think as a comedian, how me looking at him is he's one of few that can do that. Not every comedian can do that.
Yeah, he built enough, I would say
equity.
He built enough equity before where you're willing to do business with him in any way you can.
Right.
Whereas there's some people who like, I was talking another about, Neil Brennan, right? So Neil, there's this show I really want Neil to do, and I've been telling him to do it forever. It's so fucking funny. I won't say it now, but I really think, and it's about him, and it's just like, it's perfect for how he's funny. It's a great device. And he's like, yeah, I might just like write a treatment, and then we could like pitch it to a network. And I'm like, Neil, just make one sketch of it. Make that sketch funny. Then make another sketch and make the people so interested and curious and find it so hilarious that they're begging for more. And then make 16 weeks of it. Mm-hmm. And then by then, you've proven the product. You know it works. You have all the leverage in every bit of the negotiation that you walk into. And you can go anywhere with this thing, or you can keep creating it on your own. Why give it to a network and then have them look at you and go, well, we don't know if this is going to work or not, so we have to create a deal that's a little bit more advantageous to us and protects us, which I understand because they're a business. They got to protect themselves too, right? But if I show you that the people love the cookies,
right,
they gonna sell whether they're with you or they're with me.
Right.
Like what is the first thing they ask in Shark Tank? How much money you making on this?
Yeah,
right off top.
And if it's not profitable, they usually don't
get no money out of me if it's not profitable.
But
we have the ability to do that now.
I think you have the recipe. I think you have the blueprint. A lot of people don't want to see it through. They just want to create and let go. And I find myself like that right now. Like I just want to create it and then be like, all right, it's gonna come back. Something's good from it. But you're like, no. Create it, stay with it, build on it, keep building, and then you'll get to a point where you don't need anybody's input because the people are going to respond to it. You got something good. Mm-hmm. That's hard. Yeah, that's hard for a guy who's not a comedian, a guy who's just coming off the field, working for Barstool. Man, you constantly have to be in this mind frame. Like, what can I create? What can I do? Are the people going to like it? And you got to push it out there. And like you guys have stage work. I've never been on stage in my life. Yeah. So I don't know.
Well, what do you love doing?
I love radio.
See, I
love radio.
That's what I always focus in is like, what do I love to do and what do I want to do? And then I build everything off of those places. And then I start analyzing the marketplace and I go, what is the marketplace missing? But like, what do I love to do? It always got to start with there because I know I could work harder than anybody if I love it.
Right.
If I don't love it, I don't even care to do it.
Yeah.
I'll stop some shit that's successful if I don't love it. You know what I mean? Like we can make a sketch that everybody loves. If I do not have a good time on that sketch and it's boring, I'm not doing this no more. You know what I mean? Like I can make money doing anything.
Yeah.
I choose to do the shit that I love. So that's what I would focus on you. Is like if you love radio, you're great at it. You are naturally great at talking to folks with a microphone in front of you. So it's like, if that's the thing you love, it's like, what are the ways that you can continue to do that and get even better at that and find ways that more people can find out about it? That's what I've focused on.
Yeah, I think I get jealous of comedians because you guys get to work out your shit all the time.
Yeah, we always have an outlet.
Like being on radio, like I'm on radio from 7 to 9. My brain's not even on, bro. So I'm stumbling and mumbling until I'm trying to wake myself up. But I'm not up till like 8 o'clock. Yeah. And I blew a whole hour just me being in zombie mode and like blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Comedians, you guys get to be on and vet and talk to the crowd. The crowd gets to talk to you. You guys have that release. My release is for like 2 hours. Then I'm holding it back up. And even on social media, you don't mind having a camera in front of your face, but you don't feel like I just like that engagement that you guys get constant engagement, instant engagement from the crowd. Yeah. If you're a content provider, it's everything.
Yeah. Have you ever tried maybe not doing stand up, but like doing the pod in front or the radio in front of like a live audience?
We've talked about that. It's just a logistics thing, what that will look like, how we would get it done. But I just like that interaction with the crowd. I've watched you do it. I've even seen your stuff. Like I've seen you guys. You can tell you guys are in your set, and then like, especially you'll bag on somebody in the first row, and that'll just spiral into a whole fucking rant. Mm-hmm. But that energy will make you go home with something like, man, that was amazing. You know, this fucking Asian sitting down with this Irish dude.
Yeah.
Who you know, how did that date happen? Yeah, you know, and to go down that and to constantly have that kind of, you know, being fed all that energy and that content. Being a content provider, it's hard to get that because we're reactionary.
I'm wondering if like there could be something with callers for you.
Callers, I was thinking
reacting
too.
to callers, like because that is someone that is feeding you something that you can react to.
We do react to a lot of the callers, but I think for me, I wish more women called our show. I love like women they vary. Guys are kind of like, oh, we're all kind of same, and if some around. Women, they just come from different angles.
Couldn't you easily do like a ladies' day or like every Thursday we take?
I would love to. I wish I would talk to more women.
Do you have a chick on the show?
The last one we had was JSB, Julie Stewart Banks.
I don't know her.
She's a sportscaster. She's doing her own thing now too. I forgot who she's with. I think she's with Pluto or something like that.
Right. Because sometimes that helps, man. Just having like a female voice. I don't know. I love having a female voice in the room.
Always.
Like it just
always.
It's dope because like the way the conversation goes, you're considering what she is thinking, and then I think when like the female listener is taking it in, like
you never
they
want to
feel
have
considered.
a female co-host here.
We don't have a specific co-host, but Taylor is in a lot of our episodes.
Okay.
And like she like takes notes, but we also give her a mic because she's hilarious. And
female energy just maybe it is just you're considering the female perspective when she's sitting right there.
Yeah.
But the female energy is just, and they got to be able to roll with the jokes.
Yeah.
You can't roll with the jokes, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
But if they roll with the jokes, then it's
just
fun,
like that?
yo.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
You can't roll with the jokes, you get the fuck out.
Yeah. But she's
Beat
the
it,
best.
Barbara.
Yeah. She's a wild girl, bro.
Yeah.
Like she's just funny.
Yeah.
She's just funny. She's a funny girl.
Yeah, Karen Feehan. You know Karen.
Yeah.
She's awesome. She's been on the show a bunch. And she's sharp. She's witty. But then, like, you see her take some punches. You're like, are we going to get in trouble for that? Oh, we good? But but I've never had
you're part of a corporation. You have to worry about, like, HR departments and shit.
We have a real HR department.
Yeah.
And it was what's wild now, it's not even fuck HR. Twitter will come for your ass.
Yeah.
You know, and social media will come for your ass if you're so out of bounds. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
We kind of, like, Barstool kind of has, like, this sling it, or just Sirius XM or whatever. You say anything you want, do whatever you want. But when you see yourself say something that can get your ass canceled, like, oh, that could get me canceled.
Right.
Twitter is where people go to die and bleed. Like, they would drag you. So, like, talking to a woman or having that kind of back and forth jokes, you're always cautious. Like, man, was that the line? She smiled. She laughed.
Man, fuck the line. Go past that shit.
See?
Yeah, just go past it.
I wish I had that.
That is the foundation of this podcast. That's what it was founded on.
Literally, yeah. So we're in a
I wish I had
world.
those nuts.
Yeah.
I don't know how
I think you can have them if you're working for yourself. That's easier because at the end of the day, the only people who can fire us are the people who listen.
Sure.
Right? Like, we can't fire ourselves. But if our listeners are like, nah, we don't like this shit, and our listeners would fire us if we weren't flagrant. Man. That's what they're signing up for.
Yeah.
I said, I was on air the other day and I said that Tim Tebow was like Homelander from The Boys. And people came for my ass.
What they say?
People just like, oh, you're comparing Tim Tebow to be a racist, homophobic, da-da-da-da. I was like, no. Homelander, anytime he's in front of the camera, he was fake. I just feel like Tim Tebow's the same way. And it was like, people thought it was the worst analogy.
Really?
People came for my ass. And I was so dumbfounded by it.
Yeah, but you know, we've learned it does, those people, you weed them out. And the people who get you, who are your fans, will be like, nah, that's funny. It really's not
some
like
people,
that.
Yeah, some people got it.
Is he fake?
Tebow?
Yeah.
I've been around him. And he's
That's
really
all act?
No, it's not all. I mean, he works his dick off.
Yeah.
Super passionate about whatever comes out of his mouth, like overly passionate.
Yeah.
But I just felt like so there was one story. I think he had a bad practice before I got to the Jets. he had a bad practice, and the media was just waiting for him outside the gates. He knew it, and so he took his shirt off and ran by the media. They didn't ask him questions. They just showed him jogging with no shirt on. Most quarterbacks, you throw 8 picks, you throw 4 picks in a practice, you're somber, you're upset. You know, you got to address the media. He wanted to deflect all that by just taking his shirt off and fucking just running by the media. So the media didn't even talk about the 4 picks he threw. They was just like, Tim Tebow's in amazing shape.
Yeah.
It totally deflect from the
That's
practice.
smart, though.
It is smart.
Smart move.
But it was also like, bro, like,
stand in the fire, take your shit like the rest of us got to.
Yes.
It also shows he knows how the media works. Like,
correct.
He acts like he's just this like, sweet little Christian boy, but you
got
know
a
how
little-
to motivate and manipulate.
Got a
the
little
media
Ellen
too.
in him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
I got you.
Is he pounding puss or is he a virgin
Nah,
for real?
if you Google his, I think if you Google his like girlfriend in college,
Yeah.
she was like a smoke show. And supposedly he never touched her.
Head?
Supposedly. I think it's bullshit because she was gorgeous.
He probably got wild head, yo.
Yeah.
Oh, he's probably a soaker.
A soaker? What does that mean?
You know, Mormons, they soak.
What is that?
They just put the pee in, but they don't move up and down.
Yeah,
They
I
just
guess to soak it up.
they just soak.
Yeah.
That's what Mormons do.
It's like a sponge dick.
Yeah, they just.
Hold on.
There's no way.
Hold on. Break
Yes.
this down.
Nah.
Break this
You never
down.
heard of soakers?
No.
It's
Yeah,
like
I mean,
another-
it's a pretty descriptive term. I'm surprised y'all can't really put this
So
together.
you insert
Your penis.
and then
You just lay on top of her.
leave it there
Don't move.
because moving is the act of sex.
Correct.
Inserting is not.
It's called soaking.
But how do they get around it legally? That's what with
'Cause you don't
religiously.
move.
It's not a verb. You're not fucking.
You're not fucking if you don't move.
It's not an action.
But you still penetrate it.
You've penetrated.
Yeah, but it's like placing the dog in the bun. It's only that's a wrong analogy. I had it, then I lost it. No, I don't know. That's what they call it. I have buddies who are
It's
Mormons.
bullshit, but
I have buddies who went to BYU and they was
Uh-huh.
like, bro, yeah, we would soak all the time. I was like, what the fuck is soaking? Yeah, we would just slide it in, but we wouldn't move. I was like,
That's
so what would you do?
hilarious.
We just kind of just kiss, but I couldn't do the hump. I couldn't hump.
I mean, this is hilarious.
Those are like the Jewish girls I grew up with that would only give head or give ass.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the same bullshit. Like that's
White
not
girls,
you fucking,
white girls
yo.
are amazing. Like white girls, I'm a virgin, but like sucked 50 dicks.
Yeah,
Like,
and got fucked in their
you
ass.
had sex.
All the Catholic school girls
Yeah.
got fucked in their ass.
Yeah.
They thought God wouldn't know.
Same.
That shit is so arrogant to try to trick God.
the
Like
same
God
as
not at the
soaking.
pearly gates, just like waiting there, watching your fucking gaping asshole walk through. Come on, but soaking is different because soaking is penetration.
Yeah, but it's not fucking.
But you're not
Did they
coming.
do that with or
and
without
you're
a
not
condom?
coming.
I don't
says
know.
who?
Yeah, you can't come.
You pull out and you come.
Yeah, but you gotta pull out and beat off. You can't come and like you just put it in and stay
Like
still.
that's the lube to beat off.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yo, this is crazy.
Look
I
it up.
can't believe that this
Some
is
call
real.
it soaking, others parking, marinating, or the Provo float.
Marinating.
Or my personal favorite, the dock and talk. And
Doc.
That's
and
so
Todd.
good.
Yeah.
no thrusting, no grinding, no climax.
Yep.
Just pop it in and hold the fuck still. It's like
Exactly.
planking, only your dick is inside of a Mormon. That's
Yes,
Urban
bro.
Dictionary.
Yeah, I assume.
It's a real thing. I play with a lot of dudes who went to like I said, went to BYU and all that stuff, and they would talk about it. They were like, "Yeah, we used to soak all the time." And the first time I said it, I heard it. I was like, "Oh, like Epsom
think-
salt bath." It was like, "No." they were like, "No, bro. We would put the pee in there and we would just be still."
You think they would brag about how many girls they soaked with? Like, nah, bro, I killed her this week. 5 different bitches I soaked, yo. Yo, I'm out here like motherfucking Scotch Guard or whatever that shit is. Scotch Brite.
Bruh,
I don't get it.
can you be a soaking slut?
Yeah.
Can't
So
be.
you're just getting soaked out every
Right.
night, but you're not technically fucking.
Nope.
But hymen destroyed
To pieces.
to pieces.
To pieces.
Bro, that's crazy.
I just couldn't imagine
Imagine
setting
getting
that
that.
up. Like, hey, we soaking tonight. I don't know what the fuck you think going down. But
Hey,
we
get
are-
the Mr. Bubblevich.
We are soaking tonight, bitch. It is going down.
Imagine getting an STD and you didn't even nut.
Bruh.
Right, son. That is crazy.
Bro, you
yo.
could get STD soaking.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Soaking transmitted disease.
That is suck.
But what happens if you the fucker that just like your soak game is so pissed? Like you don't even have a time to soak. You just nut as soon as you get in there.
That's what I would do. I feel like I'd get it as close as possible, so I'm nutted on the insert. So it'd just be one stroke. Because you technically get one stroke.
No, but you don't want to
That's
break
a
the
waste.
rules either. The
Yeah, you don't
dudes
want-
don't want to break the rules either. Both of them are. It's
I'm
like
not breaking the rules. I'm soaking and then I'm unsoaking.
No, once you
But you're
put
not
it-
allowed to nut.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
That's a rule.
I don't think Mormons are allowed to masturbate if I'm not.
yeah, they can't masturbate either.
Oh,
So that's why you got to
torture.
soak,
It's a
yo.
very
This sounds like
frustrated
torture,
religion.
bro.
That's why you got to
Dangerous.
soak, yo. All right, guys, we're going to take a break from this clip real quick so we can tell you about Surfshark. What is Surfshark? It is the best VPN service you could possibly get. What is a VPN service? I'm going to break down the best thing that it does. Let me tell you something. If you travel, if you go to Europe, if you go to Mexico, and you go on Netflix, you have access to movies you do not have access to in the United States. It will blow your goddamn mind. Friends, still on Netflix in Europe. How can you do that from America? Get yourself a VPN. That's the number one benefit for me. That's why I got Surfshark. On top of that, you can swim in a clean cyber ocean. That means you get clean web. There's no ads, there's no trackers, there's no malware, no phishing attempts, and you can connect this to unlimited devices. Other VPN services give you a limit. You can only connect to one phone, one computer, and one whatever. No limit to the number of devices you can connect to with Surfshark. There's a no borders mode where the internet is open to everybody, as it should be. On top of that, they got a camouflage mode, which makes it so even your internet provider can't tell you're using a VPN service, much less Netflix. I'm going to tell you a little personal thing. When I signed up for Surfshark, because I'm the least tech-savvy Indian on earth, I had to call customer service. I had to chat with customer service many times. They're incredibly responsive all hours of the night. They'll chat you through any issue you get. Guys, this is super easy already, but we're going to make it even easier. For a limited time, you can get 84% off of a 2-year plan and an extra 4 months for free if you go to surfshark.deals/flagrant. Now, that makes your subscription just $213 a month, and you can browse securely on all your devices. So, guys, go to surfshark.deals/flagrant and use the promo code flagrant. Get a 2-year plan for 84% off and 4 more months free. It's a no-brainer. Just do it. Surfshark.deals/flagrant. Promo code flagrant. Now, let's get back to the clip.
Anyway, yo, thank you guys so much for listening. We love you. We appreciate you. Make sure you check out the Netflix special. Make sure you check
Congratulations
out.
yeah.
once again,
Oh,
bro.
Thank you
real
so
quick.
It
much,
was
man.
six,
Yes.
six.
It's already out at this point. Whenever we no, it's coming out this Friday. So yeah, probably just came out. Just came out. Andrew showed us though. First people who've
Man,
seen
it
it.
was-
You guys are the first people to see it.
He
Yeah.
beats your face in with laughs.
go.
Bruh, I got emotional. I'm so fucking proud of Andrew because I
thank you,
came up with this guy, but also so proud of Mark, so proud of Alex, Dove. You're here.
Is your first one?
My first Netflix one. Yeah.
Nah, but like it was unbelievable when you saw all the work. Like I would come in, I tried to take over as much podcast shit as I could because I knew he was working hard.
Yeah, you
but I
really
saw
helped us, man.
it translated. It wasn't like work that didn't show.
Yeah.
All the work I saw show in the special. It was so good. There were so many times where I just like grabbed his shoulder, like, that's so good. They're not even gonna get it.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Well, thank you
do
guys.
create your own wave, bro. You've been killing it. So
Thank
big
you, man.
Fan of your shit.
Thank
Proud
you
of
so
you, man.
much,
Love you,
bro.
man.
What up, people? You just watched a clip from our weekly Patreon episode. You can support the Flagrancy. You can support this unapologetic, unfiltered, uncensored content that we drop weekly on our Patreon at patreon.com/flagrant2. You want to go join? You should, because it's the top 10 Patreon in the fucking world. That's right, for good reason. Go check out why at patreon.com/flagrant2. All right, peace.